Everything can be done independently, from the distribution to the cover art. You can use AI. For networking in the music industry, a general rule of thumb that I like to follow is to network horizontally as opposed to vertically. Networking horizontally entails you to work with people at a similar stage. Let's say you're a producer, an artist, a manager, an aspiring A&R, or even a videographer. You should always work together with people at your level in order to build up each other's catalogs and portfolios. Understand your competition. There's over 100,000 songs being released on DSPs per day. That's a lot of music. That's a lot of music videos. That's a lot of competition. But you should use that as fuel to push you and to make you go even harder and to stand out from the competition. There's a lot of people that could be in your area that are trying to achieve the same goal. Let's say you have a friend that produces. You're an artist, you use his beats, and you start to release music together. This way that you build a relationship and a catalog with that one person. If you're an artist and you're trying to buy a beat from a producer that has placements with large artists or has management or has a co-publishing deal, you're going to be charged an arm and a leg just for the exclusive. See, the power of having an exclusive beat is that you're able to do whatever you want with it. You own it. When you're trying to network vertically and you're trying to skip a few steps because of a connection that you made at a party, let's say you meet an A&R at a networking event or at a concert, and they give you their contact information, they're going to string you along. They might give you a reply. They might have an initial meeting. If you're lucky enough, you'll have a follow-up meeting, which is more important than the initial meeting. But unless you have some sort of leverage, unless you have a portfolio, a catalog, a track record of increasing your viewership, increasing your following, increasing your streams, your monthly listeners, you have no leverage. You are not an asset to them. In 2023, in this day and age, content is king. When you record a song and you get ready to put it out, you better have at least 5 to 10 pieces of content to push. And you can repost them and do whatever, but we'll get to that in another video. If you're a producer and you're trying to get the attention of A, B, or C-list artists, ones that are signed that may have a budget, and you get their email off of Instagram or maybe from another producer, you're going to try to keep reaching for something that isn't there. A lot of these artists like to work with the producers that they know, and those producers may find you off of YouTube or BeatStars, and then they get a piece of something that you built yourself, and they just threw their tag on it. That is why we say network horizontally, because if you build with an artist, you build a catalog, you get many songs out, you start working with multiple artists in your area, you reach out to them online, you send them beats, and everything is split down the middle. And then even as a producer, you are able to release songs yourself. Let's say your name is Zebra and the artist's name is Lion. On Spotify or any streaming platform, it could be Zebra and Lion, and that's your song. This way you build your portfolio. That's the best thing you could do. Once in a while, you may hit a Hail Mary. You could land a placement. That placement could get you $2,000 to $5,000, but it does not guarantee that you will continue to succeed. See, if you're trying to do this for life, if you're trying to do this for a living, then you must take every necessary step. You must hustle, you must grind. You have to do what you have to do in order to build yourself up. You can't skip steps unless you have a connection in a label, unless you know somebody that knows somebody, or unless you have a big budget. The best thing you could do is build your own catalog. That's both as an artist, a producer, and a videographer. As a manager or an aspiring manager, it's your job to push your client to work with such producers so you can find them opportunities in sync and licensing and to really create their brand image. A lot of managers don't really understand what they're doing, including myself. I had no idea what I was doing at the beginning. I was just doing things to see if things would line up. Started managing one artist. That artist taught me a lot. And then I signed another one, and then another one. And then I learned that artists may cost me money, started signing producers, because then the producers will bring money in. Then what I started to do was have my artists collaborate with my producers, and this way we have the exclusive rights to the songs that we release under our label. We still have a long way to go, granted, but this is how we are building up, and it's been working. There's a track record. There's steady growth. Money should never be the motivation. Money is a byproduct of what you do. This has been said times and times again, but you need to understand that it is up to you to put in the work and to put in the effort. Once you build your catalogs together, a marketing budget is key. If you, as an artist, come together with a producer and pool your money together, whether it's $5, $30, $150, whatever the budget is, you can pool it together and market it on larger platforms. And just as a side note, when you're marketing on different Instagram pages or TikTokers or any sort of social media pages, you should make sure that A&Rs and managers and other artists follow these pages so you have the right eyes on them. You should also check to see if their followers are legit, because 90% of these accounts have bought accounts. They have bought followers. You can buy comments. You can buy likes. There's enough tools online, which we will get into in another video, to really see what's real and what's not. We all have a similar journey. We know that every dollar that comes in must go out, but we got to put it in the right place. You're in here for the long haul. If you're trying to do this for life, it may take 3 to 5 years. If you have the patience for it, it might take 10, but consistency is key and it'll hit. Now, if you're lucky enough, if you are an artist and you have a producer and you find a videographer that's trying to build in your area, y'all can work together. So the videographer can build his catalog shooting your music videos, and then you can take those videos and clip them up and release them, and their content, it's a consistent machine. The goal of all of this is to build a machine. Once you build that machine, you will start to look at it as a business. Every tool is available online. It's up to you to put in the work. If you start meeting DJs and you go out and then DJs need a little play to happen, you approach those DJs, you tell them to spin your music, you might throw them 100, and then you start getting a buzz in your area. And then the more events you go to, most of them may be lame. Most of them may be people with fake chains and fake jewelry and fake drip, but you still put yourself out there. Something that I have learned as a manager is that a lot of times artists and producers, especially like the talented ones, and obviously this doesn't apply to all of them, are socially awkward. If you don't have someone representing you that is more social and goes out more, it's up to you to do that. You have to get out of your comfort zone. Again, that has been told time and time again. Everything can be done independently, from the distribution to the cover art. You can use AI, to the engineering, to everything. The tools are there. We know at the beginning of this, we all want to eat, but don't let greed get to you. Greed will be the demise of many people, but especially for producers. Producers will be hesitant to sell a beat to a mid-tier artist because they believe that they could land it with a big artist like Rod Wave or Lil TJ or whoever. A lot of producers will hold themselves back. As a producer, when you are leasing your beats to multiple people, it becomes a problem. The industry itself does not like YouTube and BeatStars producers, because once you put all your beats out on those platforms, your name will become tarnished, because let's say you lease a beat 100 times. but then an artist like Future comes and he wants that beat. Now you have to track down those 100 people, read all the terms and conditions that are in the contracts, see if they can take the song down or see what you can do. And by that time, Future will move on to the next beat. People are pushing these big artist beats every single day. Everyone wants a placement. It's really a crossroad because once you take the BeatStars or YouTube route, then you're chasing money and clout more than anything. But if you chase the big placements route, the best way to do that is to build from ground zero, is to really take that step-by-step motion in order to build your catalog up. Once you work with enough artists at that level and one of them hits, then people will start to come to you for beats. That's really just the name of the game. Now, the larger catalog you have as an artist or a producer, you will get, if you own your own masters, then your performance royalty organizations such as BMI, PRS, ASCAP will start to increase their payouts because you're getting more streams, more of a buzz, and there's more mechanical royalties being paid out to you. Oh, let's say you do start building a buzz, and then you do upload the beats up, and then you land a placement. Now, when you land that first placement, your instinct will be like, oh, let me get a bag off him. Let me charge 2-3 bands. I know he got it. Let me charge him that price for a beat. The second you get greedy and you hit them with a price that's outlandish, they're going to back down. They're not going to come back to you for beats because understand that there's a chain of command. If an artist is signed to a label, which is probably under another major label such as Universal, Sony, or, Warner, there's a chain of command that it has to go through. One of the higher-ups might be like, that's too much for that beat, and they might not want to release it. If you give a low price, I'm not saying give it to them for free, but you could do the first one for free, just to build that rapport with them. This is just our personal 2 cents. You don't have to do it. But relationships are more important than anything. The whole game is about connections, relationships, and building. And that goes back to the point of networking horizontally. You must build yourself up. You can reach for the stars, but you got to find a way to fly up and grab them. You got to build those steps. You got to take those steps up. And that really is the name of the game.